We made it to day 10. Yes. In honor of that, I do have a journal and I've been taking notes. I'm taking this seriously. So we start out in 24, and Job is talking about how the wicked are unfair to the poor, the widows, the orphans, and people like that. He talks about how the poor will slave away in wine fields, yet they are thirsty. They work in the fields, yet they go hungry, and things like that. Then he talks about how the wicked love darkness, and he means literal darkness. He's like, their morning starts at midnight. So that's interesting. Not sure what it means. Then Bildad talks for about 2 seconds, and he says that God is the only one with dominion. He says that if God doesn't see the stars as bright and perfect, then how much less does he see the humans as bright and perfect? Like, we are the maggots of the earth. So Job comes back to him and he's like, where are you getting your information from? Who are these spirits that you speak to, right? Then Job talks more about God's great power, and he says that I don't care what you guys say, I am not going to repent for something I didn't do. He's like, I will not speak evil against the Lord. I don't care how much is going on in my life. And it's just so amazing that he still feels this way after all of this, because this has been going on for a while. This back and forth between him and his friends has been going on for a long time. And I would have just been like, yeah, whatever you guys say, I don't care. Like, just leave me alone. 28 was really fun to read. It was very interesting because he talks about where wisdom comes from. And I'm very inquisitive, so I'm like, ooh, where does it come from? Da, 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 da. And he compares it to priceless gems and jewels and says that it's worth like nuggets of gold. It cannot be weighed for a price of silver. Like they're like, wisdom is completely priceless. It's so valuable. It's better than, and he compares it to all these different things being like, it's better than this, it's better than this. And I think he goes like 4 times being like, wisdom is like this, saying it's so valuable. And then he says, and humans cannot have access to it. Wisdom is like gold, but humans, it's hidden from human eyes. Like he goes on and on about how humans, we have no access to wisdom, but it's so valuable. And then in the very last part, he goes, wisdom comes from the fear of God. And I was so confused because I'm like, fear of God? Like, you want me to be afraid? Like, I just, I don't, I did some research on it, and apparently the fear of God means just being in awe of God and just, you're submitting your life over to God because you're just so in awe and you just could not, never understand like his ways. And you're just like how Job is. He's just like, I give my life to God no matter what. Like, I trust him. And he talks about turning away from evil. And that's where wisdom is fearing God, turning away from evil. So wisdom is being in awe of God and submitting your life to him and turning away from evil. Boom. That's where wisdom is. It's so valuable, and like, do it. So I was like mind blown by this whole entire portion of Job. And I guess that part's like a famous part of being like, wisdom comes from the fear of God. Like, people quote that all the time. So that's how today ends. And we will of course be back tomorrow. Don't forget to follow me for more girly pop takes on the Bible from a Bible noob.